Well, hello again, and welcome to another edition of Cooking with Fat. I'm Tommy Graziano in Charlie's Stony Point Cafe and Charlie's Waterfront Cafe. Directly to my right is my brother David. He went to Culinary Institute of America. And to his right is Henry Reedy. He's the owner of the Strawberry Street Vineyard and a wine connoisseur of the
utmost degree.
I suppose. Well, on the show here, we normally cook. We cook fatty foods. If you couldn't figure that out from the name, then turn the channel. Basically. The number here, it's a call-in show, is 353-1111. We're going to be cooking some good foods. We're going to be doing all sorts of neat stuff. I'd like to introduce our guests for this evening. They've come all the way from Farmville, Virginia, and we'd like to introduce them. Directly to my right is the youngest ever employee of Charlie's. His name is Thomas.
He's driving.
Put your hand up, Thomas.
Tonight,
Thomas, wave at the camera, will you, please?
Hey, Thomas.
His younger brother, Dustin, is right next to him.
Dustin, what's
Whatever
up?
you do, don't wave at the camera. All right, perfect. And then to his left are their parents, Bubba and Vicky. And they're so excited because they didn't know they were going to be on TV tonight. So Vicky's very angry at all of us. So we'll only show her most of the time.
She wouldn't be the first.
You can see the excitement in her face.
Yes, you can. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cook some things. We're going to drink some wine, and we're going to do what we can to have a good time. It's a call-in show. It's 353-1111. Don't forget what we say here on whatever the new name of the station is.
Rich TV.
Richmond TV.
or something
Richmond
like
TV.
that.
No longer Blab TV.
If you can't get through, you've dialed the wrong number. Dave, why don't you take away the food for us?
Alrighty. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to start off with a soup. We're going to go to some pork chops. Right now the soup we're going to do is called tomato jalapeno chilaquiles. It's a Mexican soup. The recipe itself is from Rick Bayless, who's a guy out of Chicago, very into authentic Mexican cooking, pretty much dedicated his whole culinary career to it. It's his recipe. It's a very simple dish. What we did is we roasted a little bit of garlic right here. We also roasted a jalapeno pepper. What we did is we just kind of got it nice and hot and put it on the flame to where it chars up. Then we put it in a bag, a plastic bag or a paper bag will work, and you'll see the skin comes right off. The charred skin comes right off. You have pretty much pure jalapeno pepper right in there. What we did is we de-seeded that, peeled the garlic, pureed it with a little bit of whole tomatoes. Got that going in the pan, got it nice and hot. We add a little bit of chicken stock to it. What we're going to do right now is, and as we say always, as you're going, salt and pepper. Right now, so we took some corn tortillas. Instead of the flour, it's the corn. And this is basically going to be our soup. I mean, not our soup, rather, I'm sorry, but our noodles. These right here. And you put these in, you simmer the soup for about 45 minutes, infuse a lot of the nice flavors. Then you put these tortillas in here. They start off round, just kind of slice them up a little bit.
Actually, they start off as plants.
Try to get most of them in the pot.
As wheat.
Okay, stereo hard time. I can handle that. It's no big deal. What we're going to do is it's going to take about 2 or 3 minutes for these to get soft. We're going to garnish the soup up real nice. Henry's going to talk to us about some white Bordeaux and then set us up for a little bit of Pinot Noir. Pardon me, Chef?
I'm sorry, did you say it was going to take 2 or 3 minutes for this to get soft?
Did I?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the time thing worked down.
Well, if you'd have been at the rehearsal.
There you go.
Where were you?
Henry,
Where was he?
we have some wine.
All right, well,
as always, we have some wine. What
we
do
do
drinking
have
tonight?
wine, surprise, surprise. Well, tonight I thought with this tomato soup, it'd be really nice to do a white Bordeaux. And Bordeaux is a region of France, and they vary in their blends, but this one happens to be 100% Sauvignon Blanc. Really nice, crisp, dry, white Bordeaux, very nice citrus flavors, and good acidity, as you've heard me say before, and it's going to cut through the acidity of the tomatoes, and it's going to be really super with the tomato soup. It's going to be great.
So Bordeaux is, that's not the grape? I'll be the wine.
Well, you be the wine geek.
I'll be the wine geek. I got no problem with that.
Bordeaux's the region.
You got the rest of the world covered out.
Bordeaux is a region of France, and predominantly in Bordeaux, the grapes are Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon is the other one. So it's usually a blend of the two. This one happens to be 100% Semillon, and a very inexpensive wine. This is $8.99. It's a great deal at the Strawberry Street Vineyard. It's called Chartron La Fleur, and it's just delicious. And you could have this great for parties and cookouts, and great now that warm weather is heating up and time for summer cookouts is just great. And then a little later on, when you start to do the pork chops, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, we're going to do a Pinot Noir, which is a perfect accompaniment to pork. Sometimes people are a little confused about what they want to serve with pork because it's sort of red meat, but it's sort of white meat. And we'll go into that a little bit later after the break. But Pinot Noir is the perfect grape. And so we got some nice California Pinot Noir to go with that.
Sounds good.
It's going to be
Thank
good.
you, Henry.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to plate these soups up, and we're going to find out if Thomas likes his soup or not.
Now, what do we have in the plate there?
What we have in the plate is we took a couple boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We coat them with a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of cumin, which are Mexican spices, more than, you know, not predominantly, but that's spices found a lot in those dishes, Mexican dishes. And we also used garlic salt, celery salt, a little bit of cayenne pepper. And we just put a little cider vinegar like we do on the show a lot. Put the spice on it. Right now what we have is the soup right here.
Now, if you wanted to do something a little different, if you weren't so health conscious and you wanted to do something, you know, a little more exotic, could you put a pig's foot in there, or
A what?
a pig's foot?
I reckon
I
you
thought you
could.
said Poog's food.
Pig's food, yeah.
Maybe that's- I could have said
I
pig's
thought maybe
foot.
that was one of these Mexican
Well, what
things I didn't know about.
That's what they call it in Mexico.
Pig's food.
You could do shrimp or something like that, though.
Or
You could do shrimp,
or
yeah.
bacon.
Yeah. You could definitely do bacon on this
Ham?
show. A ham hock in there would never hurt
Ham hock
anything.
would be good. That's what I was thinking.
And what happens is these, like I said earlier, these tortilla shells basically end up as a noodle. You know, when you put them in there, you have the soup simmering, and then you just want to put the noodles in there for about 2 to 3 minutes and bring it back to a boil. And with those roasted jalapenos and that roasted garlic, I mean, it smells really, really good.
That looks like, I haven't tasted this yet, but
Justin,
it looks
you're
like
gonna
one of
love
the best soups you've done the whole series.
I appreciate that, Henry.
A series of soup.
So what we're going to do is our friends are going to enjoy this soup here. I'm going to get a pan hot when we come back from the break. Get a pan nice and hot. We're going to braise some pork chops. Serve it with a little bit of garlic, parsley pasta. It's fresh fettuccine that has black pepper and parsley made into it. And it looks like Tommy's having a problem with his
Somebody forgot to put their napkin on their lap, but
napkin on the lap. That's a killer.
it's a